Caitlin Clark was missing the All-Star game this weekend, ticket prices declined by 50%.
The tickets for this game, for this All-Star game, they've dropped by 50%.
Ticket prices dropping very fast.
The moment Caitlin Clark was out, the buzz vanished.
WNBA is starting to feel this boycott.
WNBA All-Star Weekend is fully underway.
The All-Star ticket prices have been cut by quite a lot.
Ticket prices nosedived.
From $121 a ticket to $64 a ticket after the news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing.
From $121 straight down to $60. And that drop wasn't just about money. It was a statement. A league without Caitlin loses its spark, its spotlight, and its fans. If you ride with Caitlin 100%, let us know in the comments. Because right now, she is the WNBA.
Once it was announced that Caitlin Clark would be missing the festivities, once it was announced that the only star would be skipping the All-Star game, ticket prices immediately fell into the pooper.
The second Caitlin Clark was officially out of the WNBA All-Star game, the fallout was swift and devastating.
Ticket prices declined by 50%. As of this morning, you can witness anonymous players attempting to make layups for less than $70.
Ticket prices didn't just dip, they tanked. What had been one of the most in-demand events of the season, with entries starting around $121, suddenly turned into a discount dump.
This was conveyed with a July 18th post from NBA Central that wrote, quote, "The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star game in Indianapolis has dropped 48% from $121 a ticket to $64 a ticket after the news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing."
Within hours, listings on top resale sites like Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, and SeatGeek were down to $64. Some even dipping below $55 with fees. That's nearly a 50% plunge. An unprecedented nosedive for a marquee event in professional sports.
I wouldn't pay $140 to watch the NBA All-Star game. Hell, I wouldn't pay 140 pesos to watch the annual embarrassment in the NBA.
But it wasn't just numbers dropping. It was belief, excitement, and interest.
He sent me some footage from the arena and told me that there were empty seats throughout the building. I expect that we will see the same result tonight for the All-Star game itself.
Fans who'd spent top dollars started flooding resale platforms in a panic, hoping to unload seats they no longer wanted.
People are selling their tickets so much so they just want off of them. 121, okay. You want it for 100? Oh, no, okay. I guess I gotta lower it to 80. Oh, you don't want to buy it for 80? Okay, I guess I'll lower it to 70. You don't want to buy it to 70? I guess I'll lower it to $64. The WNBA is paying attention to these trends.
Many couldn't even sell at heavy losses. Entire blocks of seats went untouched. Resellers kept cutting prices, 100, then 80, then 70, but the buyers were gone. The demand had evaporated, and everyone knew why.
WNBA All-Star Weekend. It's supposed to be the star of all stars. All the big dogs is out.
Caitlin Clark wouldn't be on the court. Let that sink in. This wasn't some preseason game. It was the WNBA's All-Star Showcase.
A'ja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Breanna Stewart, everybody's out. The big dogs are out. You got the rookie, you got Angel Reese, Miss Me Too. All of the stars are here.
A'ja Wilson was there. Angel Reese was there. Sabrina Ionescu. Breanna Stewart. The league's biggest stars were in attendance. But the moment Caitlin was ruled out, the spotlight dimmed. Because as much as the league wants to push equality of attention, the truth is clear.
The WNBA is paying attention to these trends. And they're seeing firsthand what Caitlin Clark is worth to this league, especially to the All-Star game.
Caitlin Clark is the engine that moves the machine. Before she was removed from the lineup, fans were shelling out serious money. Premium courtside spots were listed between $1,000 and $4,000. Mid-tier bowl seats went for $300 to $500. But when the news hit, it all unraveled. Those same seats reappeared online for a fraction of the price. What had once felt like an elite, must-see event turned into something the public could skip.
So I was seeing online that the tickets for like section, they started off at like 500 and then it just slowly went up as you went down. Then floor seats was like 4,000. They was $500 some dollars, the tickets I was looking at.
Fans who planned vacations around the game demanded refunds. Others who still had tickets simply stopped caring. This wasn't a price adjustment, it was a crash. And it was caused by the absence of one rookie, one player, one name. Caitlin Clark.
These are people saying, I'm done. I don't want to watch. Caitlin Clark's not. I bought tickets solely to watch Caitlin Clark in the All-Star game. I made accommodations solely to get to Indiana to watch Caitlin Clark in the All-Star game. She's injured. I have no interest in that anymore.
Yet somehow the league still acts like this isn't monumental, that the WNBA brand stands strong on its own. But fans have already delivered their verdict. No Caitlin, no buzz, no energy, no urgency.
The vast majority of people, they are watching to see Caitlin Clark. If she's not playing, they're not watching.
The moment she's off the floor, the metrics nosedive. Engagement dries up, sales tank. The All-Star game still happened, sure, but it was wrapped in disappointment. Half-empty sections, resellers taking losses, and fans who came for a show, but got stuck watching a supporting cast.
Because of one single player. And you think, y'all thought y'all was gonna go into the CBA negotiations and you think they didn't know this information? Oh no, they knew this information. They knew this information. It's gonna be hard for you guys to negotiate.
Caitlin Clark hasn't just elevated the WNBA, she's defined its value. And when she's not part of the product, the league's ability to sell itself disappears with her.
With Caitlin Clark not playing, there's really no reason for most people to go. The media wants us to believe that the WNBA itself is the draw. The media wants us to believe that pretend basketball is bigger than Caitlin Clark, but that's just not the case.
The empty seats inside the stadium were just the surface. The real impact of Caitlin Clark's absence rippled far beyond the hardwood, and it hit hard.
But when it comes to the vendors in the arena, the shops in the arena, they're not going to have the same amount of people patronize their business as they would if Caitlin Clark was there. The surrounding restaurants, the surrounding areas, the surrounding attractions, they're not going to have the same number of people patronize their business as they would if Caitlin Clark was healthy.
Restaurants, bars, hotels, and street vendors that had stocked up and staffed up for a record-breaking All-Star weekend were left stunned. Foot traffic slowed, tables sat empty, inventory remained untouched.
He sent me some footage from the arena and told me that there were empty seats throughout the building. I expect that we will see the same result tonight for the All-Star game itself.
What should have been a packed, high-revenue weekend turned into just another quiet set of days. Why? Because the one player capable of igniting an entire city didn't take the floor.
But as predicted right here on the channel, I told you guys, WNBA players, they would complain if they didn't get their way.
Many don't realize how much economic power a single athlete can generate until she's not there. Caitlin Clark isn't just a fan favorite. She's an economic force. When she plays, people travel. They fill hotels, book tables, load up on merch, and drive foot traffic like no other WNBA player in history.
With Caitlin Clark not playing, there's really no reason for most people to go. The media wants us to believe that the WNBA itself is the draw. The media wants us to believe that pretend basketball is bigger than Caitlin Clark, but that's just not the case. The vast majority of people, they are watching to see Caitlin Clark. If she's not playing, they're not watching.
The second her injury was confirmed, that momentum evaporated. All across Indianapolis, businesses felt the shift. Sales slipped, energy dropped, the buzz vanished. And this wasn't just casual disappointment.
You got two high-profile players going head-to-head in the AAU circuit, and boom, $70? Yeah, you might pay $70 for that. These prices are abysmally low.
Fans had taken flights, burned vacation days, and built their weekends around seeing Caitlin in action. They wanted to see her in the skills challenge. They were hyped for the three-point contest.
You got two high-profile players going head-to-head in the AAU circuit, and boom, $70? Yeah, you might pay $70 for that. These prices are abysmally low.
But once the news broke that she'd missed the event, the vibe changed instantly. Some fans offloaded their tickets online. Others didn't bother showing up. Some flat out canceled their plans altogether. What was supposed to be the most electric WNBA weekend of the year turned into just another exhibition.
Are you starting to understand why the league can't give players half their revenue? There is a compromise, though. They can give the players 50% of the profits, but WNBA players, they would never agree to that because they would be paying to play pretend basketball instead of getting paid.
Even inside the venue, it was obvious something was off. Merchandise vendors, geared up for big numbers, watched as sales dried up. The Caitlin jerseys stayed on the racks. Foam fingers and shirts barely moved. Fans weren't emotionally connected to the rest of the roster. Yes, the seats may have technically been sold, but a huge portion were resold and never used.
One ticket for $72 is the cheapest right now. So it's not quite $64, and that is before all the fees and everything. But just in general, it's not like it's cheap. It's not like it's going to be cheap to get into this game. Like if you're looking at seats that are like not sold, there are literally about 10, 12 seats.
It was clear. Without Caitlin, the emotional energy disappeared, and so did the spending. And while league officials still cling to the tired line that no league is about one player, reality disagrees. The numbers in the seats, the silence at the merch booths, and the emptiness in nearby businesses all told the same story.
Forced the networks to accept the WNBA. Otherwise, they wouldn't be getting the NBA. Last year, the WNBA generated over $700 million in revenue, yet somehow they still managed to lose $50 million.
Caitlin Clark isn't just helping the WNBA grow. She's fueling entire local economies. When she's not there, everyone loses. Businesses, vendors, and even the fans themselves. That's what real star power looks like. Not just influence, but income. Not just followers, but foot traffic. And this weekend was proof. Pull that power off the court, and the whole machine slows to a crawl.
WNBA players, they are demanding million-dollar salaries. At $1 million a year, Caitlin Clark would be significantly underpaid.
The WNBA can plaster slogans across jerseys all day. We're growing. Every player matters. Bigger than one name. But this All-Star weekend proves something no amount of branding can hide. Caitlin Clark isn't just in the WNBA.
But every other player in this dump, they would be significantly overpaid. And therein lies the problem.
She is the economic heartbeat of the entire league. And the league keeps acting like that's not true. Let's break it down. Ticket values dropped off a cliff. Merch sales stalled. Small businesses surrounding the venue took a loss. Media coverage cooled. What triggered it all? One player being left off the roster? That's not some wild coincidence.
People are selling their tickets so much so they just want off of them. 121, okay. You want it for 100? Oh no, okay. I guess I gotta lower it to 80. Oh, you don't want to buy it for 80? Okay, I guess I'll lower it to 70. You don't want to buy it to 70? I guess I'll lower it to $64.
That's a market sending a clear, undeniable signal. This league rides on Caitlin Clark's momentum. But instead of acknowledging that reality, WNBA leadership continues to deflect. The commissioner looked into the cameras and insisted, no league is about a single player. She lumped Clark in with other rookies, pretending the buzz is equally spread out. But let's be honest, there's no Angel Reese wave, no Aja Wilson media frenzy.
I mean, they're heading into a new CBA to try to get a new CBA, but nobody has told their players, hey, why don't you quit attacking the fans?
The viewership spike, the sold-out arenas, the surge in jersey sales, they all trace back to one name, Caitlin Clark. And while the league shrugs her off, some players are openly criticizing her. They label her supporters as toxic, minimize her influence, and act like the league's growth was inevitable. But the numbers say otherwise. This is a rookie who flipped the league's national profile in less than half a season. She tripled TV ratings. She leads all players in merchandise sales.
We got to call a spade here. That final round, Sabrina Ionescu put on a show, especially from that top rack. Splash, 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 splash. She gets to the last rack. Splash, 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 splash. Really unfortunate that Caitlin Clark missed it. The crowd would have been exploding.
Every game she's in becomes a headline. This isn't media hype. This is real financial clout. What makes it even more baffling is the contradiction. These same players want higher salaries, bigger TV contracts, and corporate partnerships, all of which exist because of Caitlin Clark. Yet they try to erase her from the conversation as if success just magically appeared.
This was supposed to be a big weekend for pretend basketball. Not only are we in the midst of the annual All-Star festivities, the one time of year where the WNBA works in conjunction with police departments across the country to attack the missing persons report and reunite their unknown players with their long-lost families.
It's the definition of biting the hand that feeds you and still expecting dessert. Meanwhile, Caitlin continues doing the heavy lifting. She's the one bringing in new viewers. She's the reason brands want in. She's the one making people care about games that would have been invisible without her. Her impact is bigger than just basketball. It's business, growth, relevance. And here's the uncomfortable truth the league avoids.
These numbers are confirmed by TickPick's website, currently having the All-Star Games get-in price at $64. In a July 16th article from Front Office Sports, which was posted before Clark announced she'd be sitting out, was $121.
This isn't about giving her special treatment. It's about recognizing value. You don't sideline your top performer and expect the momentum to continue.
We can't keep treating like the league like it's a charity case and then get annoyed when people. You can't expect the league to be treated like it's a charity case when it's beneficial, but then when it's not beneficial, you can't just go and then turn around and go, oh no, this is a serious sports league. Like, where does it draw the line? Is this a charity case or is it a sports league? And I, for one, am going to continue to treat it like it's a sports league.
You don't treat your most bankable asset like she's disposable when the fans are screaming the opposite. The WNBA is at a turning point. It can keep pretending it's bigger than Clark and watch attendance, ratings, and energy flatline every time she's not playing. Or it can face facts and do what any smart business would.
What is your description of kind of the physical battle that Caitlin particularly faces, maybe within tonight's game or just in general as you've gotten used to coaching, or just what you see she's enduring physically?
Are you trying to get me fined again?
I am not.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her. I knew it as an opponent.
Support, promote, and protect the one star who's actually keeping the ship afloat. Caitlin Clark isn't just another face on a poster. She's not just another talented rookie. She is the most impactful player the WNBA has ever had. And ignoring that isn't just a misstep, it's sabotage. If the league keeps treating her as a problem instead of the powerhouse she is, it won't be her future at risk. It'll be the league's.
I mean, the old fandom don't even want these. There was somebody in there talking about they don't want to hear people booing opposing players when they're at the free throw line. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You got to be kidding. You're playing the sport of basketball. We crush high school kids at the foul line, for crying out loud, much less people getting paid.
The numbers don't lie. The fans have spoken, and the empty seats prove it. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA doesn't just lose hype, it loses value. She's not just a player, she's the reason people are watching, buying, and showing up. The league can either embrace that or watch everything it built with her start to fall apart the moment she's not on the floor.